Hi there, Kieran Hill, talking from the new normal of my front room. As you can see, it's my new pleasant and professional looking working place, and I thought I'd put some videos together to talk about what's happening during lockdown. One of the things that seems to be happening more than anything else is that little niggles between staff are getting escalated very quickly, and we're seeing a big increase, particularly in industries where they're having to attend work, like healthcare and nursing homes and things like that. So that those little niggles between people that would normally be just ignored are now escalating very quickly and taking up a lot of management time. And I think it's fairly obvious why that is. The amount of fear about means that people are on edge. And one of the things I always want to taught by a mentor of mine, because very little of my stuff is original, nearly all of it I've nicked shamelessly off somebody else, was that actually what employees like is to have a bit of structure and to know where the boundaries are. And this was brought home to me fairly closely by when I took over a department which was full of those irritating people called teenagers. And there was a general view in the company that this department was just out of control, that people were just not doing the work properly and that the quality was not up to speed. And so it fed into that view that young people today, brr, how awful they all are. So I set aside my grumpy dad mode and went into work for them, and noticed that one of the first things I saw when they were walking around is that, frankly, they all looked like they'd just come out of the pub. The dress, the style, the way that they were. So after a couple of days, I said, look, to the managers, let's just have a bit of a dress code here. Nothing too much, but I think we need to be saying to people, you're at work now. So if you're a man, I expect you to have a collar and tie. And if you're a woman, I expect you to wear business attire, smart. I don't expect to see loads of metal work around whatever orifice you choose to put your metal work into. But I expect you to dress as if you're at work. So we did that, and the difference was actually astonishing very quickly, and it proved the point. And actually, when you set boundaries, people feel comfortable. However, I do remember that one of the lads, really nice lad, did a lot of really good work. He was probably about 21. He came in one day, and one of the rules was that they didn't wear baseball caps while they were at work. And I saw him across the other side of the office, and he had a baseball cap on. So I had a word to his supervisor and said, look, just have a word with him and say I've spotted it, and take the cap off, and let's get on with work. So she went over, had a word with him, the cap came off, and he started working. And then about half an hour later, the cap was back on again. So I called his supervisor and said, look, I don't want to have a go at this lad, because actually he's a good-hearted lad. I don't want to be disciplining him or telling him off. Just say to him that I've spotted it, and if the cap doesn't stay off, he will be disciplined. So off she went, told him this, cap came off, there he was, carried on working. Half an hour later, cap was back on again. So I said, right, got my deputy, this is his last warning. If he doesn't come off and stay off, he'll be in here talking to me, and he won't appreciate that experience. So she went out, and the discussion seemed to be taking a long time. And she came back in and she said, apparently, last night he realised he'd ran out of hair gel. And because he's got to come into work today without hair gel, his hair looks a mess, so he's going to wear a baseball cap. Well, I don't know, I just didn't have the heart. So I sent him out and I said, look, there's a Boots around the corner, go and get some hair gel and sort it out. And I suppose the point of this is set the boundaries, but have a bit of humour about it. Don't just stick rigidly to them. And I've got to say, I had real difficulty not laughing when I saw him sneak out and sneak back in again, pretending that he'd been doing something important. This is the thing, just keep a sense of humour about some of it. And sometimes laughter is the best way of getting through periods when, let's face it, it can be pretty scary out there. So thanks for listening.